Thanks very much, Chris. It's 25 minutes to 9, as well as the cut and thrust of the election campaign, and we've certainly had plenty of drama there in the past couple of days, haven't we? There are important issues facing the future of the country which may not get the same amount of coverage. Take the way universities in England are financed. There have been serious warnings that some could actually go bust because of rising costs and fewer fees from overseas students. There are 2 universities here in Norwich where we've adopted a constituency for the campaign. There's UEA, the University of East Anglia. They faced a financial shortfall of £45 million, which they've now cut to a third. And there's also Norwich University of the Arts, where I went to meet their Vice-Chancellor, Simon Ofield Kerr.
We're standing on the bridge overlooking the Wensum River, kind of in the middle of Norwich University of the Arts campus.
It's a large red brick building reflected in the water of the Wensum with some weeping willows across the way.
It's really gorgeous. And we're going to take you into St George's, into this building, to look at the fine art show.
Lovely, let's go.
So at this time of the year, we turn the whole university into an art gallery and a design gallery.
And we're just standing in front of a huge mask with gold dripping tears almost, or scarification of the face.
And I think when this piece is turned on, it will talk to you.
I'm listening. Let's embark on a journey to unlock the artistry within you, to paint your dreams with
The Conservatives are worried about the kind of jobs that some graduates are getting after all the expense of a university education. They think there's a need to look at what they describe as low-value courses. What do you know about the kind of jobs that your students get?
We're very confident, because of our outstanding rating, recognised by the government, that our graduates are going into jobs that are appropriate for the degrees they've studied and are getting high-value jobs.
And is that true of arts courses?
I think that's true of arts courses because games design is exploding. And it's only exploding because we're providing the pipeline of graduates. And that's why the creative industries and the creative sector in the UK is so strong. The relationship with education and industry is absolutely side by side.
I'm now in the bar of the Student Union at UEA, University of East Anglia, and with a group of 4 students.
My name's Sarah and I'm doing Translation, Media and Modern Language.
My name's Engie and I'm doing Psychology.
My name's Leo, I do Politics, Philosophy and Economics.
My name's Nathan and I studied Politics and International Relations, and I now work as the Welfare Officer at UEA Students' Union.
And how much, Sarah, is your course going to cost you?
At the end of my course, I will be about £50,000 in debt plus interest.
About 70,000 plus interest.
About £40,000 plus interest.
I currently owe £47,806.31.
Which is very precise because you've just got your calculator out, I know.
Yeah, I've got my student finance account right in front of me.
What do you think the chances are of you being able to pay that back?
Well, let's be realistic, probably slim to none.
I've just realised I forgot to include the amount I owe from my first uni, which I went to and then dropped out and came here. So I actually have to add another 20 grand on top of that, which I forgot about.
You forgot 20 grand?
Yes, I know. I try not to...
Don't become an accountant.
Yeah, I'm an economics student, I should do better. But no, honestly, I'm trying not to think about it too much because once I actually start getting a job pays over the threshold, then I'll start worrying about paying it back.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it, but I don't think I'm going to pay it off, especially when I want to work at the NHS.
None of you really sound like you're going to be able to pay it off, so who's going to end up footing the bill?
Good question. Hopefully the taxpayers, which I hope I will also be one of in the future.
For my course in particular, PPE, generally graduates do end up earning a decent salary. It's not beyond the realm of possibility that I could pay it back.
Given how expensive this has turned out for you personally, have you ever thought twice about going to university at all, or the course you've picked?
I think everyone should think long and hard about it. It's a lot of money. I wouldn't personally have been able to do it without my parents' money as on top.
I was always going to go uni. I come from a working class background, so I need to better my life and my family's life by getting a higher paying job.
How many people in your family have gone to university?
So I am the first person in my whole family to go to university. I really liked an online cartoon called Simon's Cat, and I found out that the animator went to De Montfort University, and I must have been about 6 or 7, and I was like, I'm going to go and study in Leicester. Obviously that didn't end up happening, but university has always been on the cards for me, and I'm really glad that I've made the most of my experience here.
There's a big sign up in the entrance here saying register to vote. How much interest have you all had in the campaign so far?
I'm not very political, but personally I think the government at the moment is more pitted towards the older generation rather than helping out new generations to come.
For me, I care a lot about the Palestinian people, the politicians keeping their mouths shut and not saying much.
I watched the debate between Sunak and Starmer. It was entertaining, I'll say that. No, I'm very much following what's going on. I'm looking forward to the release of the party manifesto shortly as well.
I think this is the most pitiful general election campaign that I've seen. Honestly, the offering of the main two parties so far has been absolutely shocking, particularly for young people. And I haven't seen a single commitment from either of the parties so far that will actually substantially benefit students or even young people.
What's the chances of these students finding a good job in the city of Norwich if they decided to stay here? I've come to the offices of a recruitment agency called Atkinson Moss to meet one of the founders, Angie Atkinson.
Sometimes when students leave university, I think they think they're going to be in a relatively senior position straight away, and sadly they're not. But what they can do is they can perhaps take a step back with the degree and what they've learned from education, but you do sometimes need to go back before you go forward.
I've just been talking to a group of students and they're all pretty well, we're running up debts of about £50,000. Do you think it's worth their while?
I would say yes, I would. If they know what they want to do and they want to future-proof their career, then absolutely. If they are going to university because their friends are and they're choosing a subject because it's fun, and then I would say no.
I've come to one of the many medieval landmarks here in Norwich, the Flint Knap Church of St George's, Colgate. And I've come to meet an historian who teaches at the University of East Anglia, Mark Walmsley. He's also chair of the UEA branch of the University and Colleges Union.
The university announced in January of 2023 a deficit to the tune of nearly 30 to 45 million. I mean, it's had a massive impact. Obviously, the university tried to make some of those savings, from non-staffing costs, but they've estimated that over 400 roles have been lost from the university. So that's around 10% of the staff. Have you seen enough detail from political parties about what they're proposing to do? I mean, at the moment, I don't think any political party is really engaging with this issue in the way that it needs to. I think it's become a bit of a political football. We've seen in world rankings that British universities are now consistently falling from their positions. And I think that there is also the genuine possibility that some of the financial issues that are facing universities across the UK could seriously lead as far as course closures or even institutional closures, which I think if anyone had been talking about 5 or 10 years ago would have been something that no Vice-Chancellor or government minister would have even reasonably kind of expected to happen. But that now is a genuine concern, and how can we make sure that one of our best institutions, one of our finest exports, continues to be something that we can be proud of?